Just got into racing properly. Any tips on how to properly read form? Never had anything more than a 12-to-1 winner myself. Well, first of all, there's nothing wrong with a 12-to-1 winner, so well done with that. As for how to improve things, don't worry so much about reading form. Everything, in a sense, is reading form. Even watching replays and studying races, you're studying races, you're studying form. And the first thing I would do is just get used to watching lots more races and replays. Start to learn how horses move, how they travel, how, different track biases work, how the draw works, and just do that from a visual point of view, how horses jump, how they travel, what jockeys do, what they don't do, and stuff like that. Just start watching more races. Then I would encourage you to start to understand how the weights work, how the handicaps work, how the handicap system work, how the official ratings work. On the flat, horses from ratings in the 40s all the way up to say 100, 105. Those type of horses would be running in handicaps. Anything say above 105, 110, then horses start getting into listed and group races. The same goes over the jumps. Any horses up to like 150, if a horse is rated 150 in handicaps, then they're on the verge of getting into kind of graded territory in terms of their ability in the races that they'd be eligible and appropriate for them to run in. So just learn how all of that works in terms of the weights and the handicap system. That will be a big help. Everything else comes into it as well in terms of like trainer form, jockeys, jockey form, different tracks, grounds. You need a source of data to be able to establish what the ground is. Is a jockey in form? Is the trainer in form? Having a look and assessing the other horses in the race and assessing the prices. So you need to have a central hub of all of that in terms of data. I use the Racing Post. And just in terms of establishing value and improving how you bet and giving yourself a better chance of nicking a few quid, giving yourself a better chance of not losing money, basically. The vast majority of people lose money when they punt. Just to break even over time is a skill in itself. So if you want to get better at that, one clear way to do that is to start from a position of skepticism rather than hype. So what I mean by that is most people look at a favourite and they think, oh, that's the most likely winner. Maybe I should back that because it's the obvious likely winner. The bookies are saying it's the favourite, so that's the one that's the most likely to win. Well, as I've said before a million times, 30% of favourites win. That means that 70% don't. Your best chance of making profit long term is to operate within that 70% and not that 30%. And that's just the reality of the situation. So when it comes to favourites, I always start from a position of skepticism. Where can I find weakness in this favourite? Where is it drawn? Does it handle the ground? Does it get home over the trip? Is the trip too short? Is the trip too long? All of this stuff you have to try and assess to try and find weakness in the horses that are at the top of the market. I would just take it from there. Good luck.